to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. Do a quick roll call to determine quorum. Baumgartner, Evers, Ferguson is absent. I am here. Howard will be coming in shortly. We do have a quorum. We'll start the meeting here. We'll begin with a public forum. Now is the time where we invite the public to address council. When addressing council, we ask that you please provide your name for the meeting record. Speaking times are limited to 3 minutes, but if there's unfinished business at the end of those 3 minutes, we'll definitely work with staff or a council member to meet your needs. So at this time, if there's anybody from the public here to address council, now's your time. Not seeing anybody in person here. If there's anybody online who wants to address council, go ahead and mute yourself and identify yourself. Not seeing any movement up there. So we'll close the public forum portion of the meeting, move into the setting of the agenda. If there's anything that you guys see on the consent agenda you'd like taken out and put into discussion items, it'd be good to bring that up now. Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to approve tonight's agenda. So moved. Motion's been made by Baumgartner, seconded by Evers to approve tonight's agenda as written. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, agenda is set as written. We'll move down to the consent agenda. It includes regular meeting minutes from December 15, the approval of 2026 annual resolution, data inventory responsible parties document, approval of donations that was
from the Olivia Hospital and Clinic Foundation, a donation to support community physical activity programs in the tune of $1,500.
and we thank them very much for that. Approval of a step movement for Marissa Castillo, hiring of seasonal community center building attendants, amending operating hours of the Muni liquor store, approving the state airport fund grant agreement with MnDOT, amending certain provisions of chapter 51 of city code related to stormwater drainage, and then our December disbursements. I'll call for a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda.
So second.
Motion's been made by Evers, seconded by Baumgartner to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, consent agenda passes as written. Okay, we move into the discussion items here. To begin, we have a public hearing process for ordinance 2026-01. It's our updated 2026 fine and fee schedule. The process for this is to recess the meeting and open up a public hearing. We will take staff reports first, receive public comment, and then close the public hearing. So at this moment, we will receive some staff reports.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So this is the second reading of the ordinance. As you may recall, we did kind of a line-by-line update and discussion from our December 15th meeting, where we discussed the updates. The fine and fee schedule was reviewed by all department heads, who also solicited input from their own department members. And so we've made some increases. We've also put some things in the 2026 fine and fee schedule that have been included in appendixes before, but just to reorganize it to make it easier for everybody to reference. We also added in our community center and our Cornland USA fees, as those were acquired last year and we didn't have them on the official fee schedule.
Okay, thank you very much, Elizabeth. Now we can receive some public comment. There's nobody in person from the public to comment on it. Is there anybody out in the Zoom world looking to comment? I'm not seeing any action there. All right, we'll close down the public forum section of the fine and fee schedule public forum. For a moment. Okay. All right, the next item for business is the actual ordinance approving the fine and fee schedule. This is ordinance 1. I'll call for a motion to approve.
Moved. Second.
Motion's been made by Baumgartner, seconded by Evers to approve the ordinance for the 2026 fine and fee schedule. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Fine and fee schedule carries as written. Moving down to resolution 8. 2026-8 is the authorizing of the summary publication of the ordinance of the fine and fee schedule there.
Mr. Mayor, can you all hear
Motion
me?
made by Evers and seconded by Baumgartner to authorize the title and summary publication of the fine and fee schedule ordinance. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 8 carries.
One moment.
Oh.
Pam is unmuted. She's gonna say something.
Can you hear me?
You're all the way up.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Echo?
An experienced system.
Try again, Pam.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so, Mr. Mayor, Council, I apologize, Elizabeth, I did not know that there was only gonna be 3 members of council.
Oh,
And
Howie
for-
is running late, Counselor Howard.
okay, for these resolutions to pass for summary publication, state law requires, 4/5.
okay.
Okay, so we can table those and do them at the end.
Yeah, if you're expecting another council member, yes,
We are expecting another one.
okay.
Thank you. Fun
Yes.
fact, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, that's
Just the summary. You can-
Just the summary
That's the ordinance
resolution.
is
You
what
can,
want,
you
but
can
can't
pass the
publish it.
ordinance.
Yep, the summary, for whatever reason, state law requires the
Government
summary.
is.
Fine. All right, well, we'll table that one or just move on. Oh,
hold on,
You might be.
hold on,
I'm hearing movement.
hold on. There is our.
Let's say aye. Look at that.
All right,
Apparently, we need 4/5 of the council to vote to do a summary publication of an ordinance.
Okay.
You are a 4th member.
so where we're at, Howie, is
Okay.
we've gone through the fine and fee schedule, the process to approve the updated 2026 fine and fee schedule. And now we're at a resolution where we authorize the public, the publishing of summary of the fine and fee schedule.
And the reason we do summary publications are because we have to print them in the newspaper. They get very lengthy, as you can imagine. This ordinance is 8 pages long. So we do summary publication as a cost saving measure.
It's 8 pages, which is very boring reading.
Also that, especially in like 6.5 or whatever it's required to be. So
If you feel you're ready, I'll call for, call for a motion now to approve resolution 8. Which is authorizing the title and summary publication of ordinance 2026-01, the updated fine and fee schedule.
So move again. Second.
Motion has been made by Evers and seconded by Baumgartner to approve resolution 8. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, resolution 8 actually passes.
great timing.
Yes, perfect.
Remember that.
Okay, now we're gonna go through the public hearing process here for ordinance 2026-03. It's an ordinance amending chapter 152 pertaining to accessory buildings and accessory dwelling units. This will follow the same process as before. We're gonna recess the meeting, take some staff reports, receive public comments, and then reopen the meeting. So, Elizabeth, if you could take it away.
Absolutely. So this ordinance has been worked on quite extensively by the planning commission throughout 2025. It updates definitions and standards for accessory buildings, accessory structures, and decks. The changes clarify the terminology, it standardizes setbacks and footprint rules, it aligns zoning with building code practices. And then a new section specifically addresses deck regulations and encroachments.
Now, I read through.
Yeah.
Multiple stuff on this. There was questioned once before about the attached garage being considered an auxiliary building.
Yes. So the attached building, so the garage, so attached buildings and structures, they have to share a wall roof, enclosed breezeway, or structural connection. So attached accessory structures, except decks, are treated as part of the principal building for setbacks, height, bulk, and area. Attached accessory buildings, like garages, they still must meet the setbacks, height, and bulk standards, but do not count toward the principal building footprint.
So it's not an accessory building on the property.
So it still is an accessory building, but they've changed it so there aren't the same kind of limitations to accessory buildings.
It doesn't go against your limit
Correct.
on accessory buildings.
Okay, because that was an issue before.
Yeah.
Is that it did go against your limit. It
Yeah.
counted, an attached garage counted as an auxiliary building on your property when it's not like I can take, it's not like a
Unattached.
shed where I can take it and sell it to George and move it in.
Yeah. Yep. So that was addressed at the planning commission.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was the main concern with that one.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions or comment on the accessory building or accessory dwelling units ordinance? Anything else to report on the staff side of things?
No.
Okay, well, we'll close the public hearing and reopen the regular meeting here then. Actually, I haven't reached out to the public to see if they want to comment. Anybody from the public wish to comment on ordinance 3? Amending chapter 152 pertaining to accessory buildings and accessory dwelling units. Not seeing any action there, we'll close the public hearing, reopen the regular meeting with an ordinance 2026-03, amending chapter 152 pertaining to accessory buildings and accessory dwelling units. So basically it'll codify all these changes that we've been presented here today. Call for a motion to approve that ordinance.
So moved. Second.
Motion has been made by Howard, seconded by Baumgartner to approve ordinance 3. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ordinance 3 passes. Resolution 9 is the authorization of the title and summary publication of this ordinance we just passed. So I'll call for a motion to approve that.
So moved. Second.
Motion's been made by Howard, seconded by Baumgartner to approve resolution 9, the publication of this ordinance in summary. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution 9 passes. Okay, we going through another public hearing process here. For ordinance 4, it's an ordinance amending certain provisions of chapter 152 regarding lot size density. We'll remember back to changing some of the lot limits as we had some members from the community here about a month ago. And we staff and council and the planning commission recognized that this was going to be more of a permanent solution to the situations we were facing. Kind of reducing the minimum lot size reducing the minimum lot size in some of these zones. So this is the actual ordinance for that action. So same thing, public hearing, temporarily recess the meeting, take some staff comment.
So this deals with regarding lot size and density for the R1 and R2 zones. We put up your beautiful zoning map here, thanks to Public Works, so you can see exactly what we're talking about for residential 1 and residential 2. So residential 1, the single family lot was reduced from 12,000 square feet to 8,000 square feet. A 2-family was reduced from 13,000 square feet to 10,000 square feet. Other uses were reduced from 20,000 square feet to 12,000 square feet. We redid and clarified some charts in the code to make it easier to look at so people can have it right at their hands to what those regulations are. For the R2, you can see which is a higher density residential district. Single family was reduced from 8,000 square feet to 4,000 square feet. 2-family was reduced from 10,000 square feet to 6,000 square feet. 3 to 4 family units were consolidated. It was consolidated into one category, reduced from 15,000 square feet to 8,000 square feet. Apartments were renamed to multiple family dwellings over 4, and that was reduced from 15,000 to 8,000. Other uses were reduced from 20,000 to 8,500. We also had lot width at streets. So those were reduced for single families from 45 feet to 40 feet, and multifamily it had 55 to 60 feet to 50 feet. And then we also changed the side yard setbacks in this area from 10 feet to 5 feet. So those were the main lot size and density changes that were made to those 2 codes.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. Anybody from the public wish to comment on this proposed ordinance? Not seeing any action there, so we'll close the public hearing, reopen the regular meeting with ordinance 4 as an ordinance amending certain provisions of chapter 152 regarding lot size and density. I'll call for a motion to approve the ordinance.
So moved. Second.
Motion's been made by Baumgartner, seconded by Evers. Discussion?
I will just like to add that all of these changes were supported in our 2023 comprehensive plan to make lot sizes more developmental friendly, to encourage more uses. So it aligns in that category as well.
And generally all about making it easier to build.
Right.
It's definitely a need.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance 4 passes as written. Now we have resolution 10 authorizing the publication in summary of this ordinance.
So moved.
All right.
Second.
Motion made by Evers, seconded by Baumgartner to approve resolution 10, the publication in summary. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, one more ordinance here going through the public hearing process. Ordinance amending 152 relating to cannabis cultivator businesses. Temporarily recess the meeting and take staff reports.
Thank you. So the city of Olivia have previously added various cannabis related uses to the B1 Highway District in 2024. So those include cannabis retail, delivery, lounge, micro business, meso business, and hemp retail. This ordinance adds cannabis cultivation business as a conditional use of this district. So that allows the planning commission to review to ensure that the businesses are located in appropriate sites within B1 and that it's consistent with the district goals and subject to all of the rules and regulations of the different governmental agencies. A cannabis cultivation business is defined as businesses holding a cannabis cultivator license, medical cannabis cultivator license, or cultivation endorsement issued by the Minnesota Office of Cannabis Management. This again is in line with the development goals outlined in the city's comprehensive plan: retain and grow existing businesses, attract new business and industry, make land use and development decisions that maximize long-term return on investment by aligning uses with the parcels best suited for them. So this is what we're doing by putting cannabis cultivation as a conditional use in B1.
Thank you, Elizabeth. We'll happily receive some public comment. Not seeing any movement out there, we'll close the public hearing and reopen the regular meeting. In front of us, we have ordinance 2026-05. It's an ordinance amending chapter 152 relating to cannabis cultivator businesses. I'll open up conversation or a call for a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made by Howard, seconded by Evers to approve ordinance 5. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Are we not gonna publish that one?
That is short enough that we don't need a summary publication.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're already down to committee reports here. Any reports from staff?
Staff is, after kind of a funky 2 weeks with the weather and the holidays, we're all getting on deck for 2026. A lot of committees will have their yearly kickoff meetings and either do a brainstorming session for their priorities or review their brainstorming sessions of 2025 at their 2026 meetings. A big thanks to Carol Rothmeyer, who was our volunteer who had Coinland USA open over the winter break for several days. She had about 20 some people on every weekend session that she did. So there was a lot, and there are people who traveled from both Granite Falls and Renville who read about it in the paper and wanted to come check it out. So we're very excited for that. You just passed the hiring of seasonal community center building attendants. So by mid-January, we should have more consistent hours. I also want to give a shout out to our volunteers that are doing a walking program in the community center on Monday and Wednesday mornings. George and Linda Stoddard and John and Kathy Baumgartner. So we really appreciate them making that available to the public, and we hope people will get out. And if your New Year's resolution is more steps, we're making a concerted effort to contribute to that. And then I'll just issue a friendly reminder, the League of Minnesota Cities will be stopping by and hosting a roundtable discussion right here in the Olympia City Council chambers Wednesday from 11 a.m. to noon.
I'll try to make that if I can.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Any other reports from staff? Any reports from council? It's been kind of quiet on the committee level. We did have a tourism meeting a couple of weeks ago. We approved some grants. One of them was for holiday happenings. Another one was for walk in the park.
Yep.
Was there a third?
No.
No. And we did not have an EDA meeting, did we? No. Okay.
I would like to give kudos out to Craig Magus and his crew for taking care of the streets as well as they have been, moving the snow efficiently, stockpiling it the way that they are. But kudos to him and his crew for getting that stuff taken care of, keeping the streets open, although Mother Nature threw a couple of real good curveballs at him. So good job for him and his guys.
Thanks, I'll make sure you.
I called him and left him a message, but it needs to be recognized here.
Okay, we do have a pool report attached to the meeting information here. If anybody from the public wants to check that out, you can just open up our meeting schedule here. There's a nice bullet point page long pool report from Tracy at the pool. Looks like things are going well there. Couple pieces of communication out there. City Hall's closed on January 19. And winter warm up is coming up on January 31st. It's a joint venture between the liquor store, Max's, the Chamber of Commerce, and the Sons of the Legion. It's a multi-vendor beverage tasting event. Need any tickets? Go to the Olivia Liquor Store. Find them there.
And if you're wondering what to do with your kids the night of winter warm up, Parents' Night Out is happening in Bird Island. So kids ages K through 6, you can drop off your kids at 5, make your way over to Max's for the event and pick them up by 9. So it was a great partnership with Bold Community Ed, who was more than happy to kind of work with the chamber, the liquor store, Max's, to host both events on the same night because they were complementary of each other.
Very excited about Community Ed. All right. Any other notices? Well, with no other business on the agenda, I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Motion's been made by Baumgartner, seconded by Evers to adjourn. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, everybody. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Hey, Pam. Do
Happy
you
New
want
Year,
to say
everyone.
something? Oh, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy